93 Boxing. I'm back with a quick video. I want to talk about Triple G, his punching power a little bit. The so-called, what I've been told by people that I personally know, baddest man on the planet. This baddest man on the planet once fought Kell Brook, who was his best opponent. And guess what? You'd think that this guy, well, I personally thought he would get exposed a little bit, but then he'll knock Kell Brook out. He gets exposed, not just a little bit, but quite a lot. And then is unable to knock Kell Brook out. Kell Brook might just, here's the thing, right? And then, Kell Brook's face broke and Triple G was living off that. I mean, his fans were living, it was one of his worst performances, but it was one of his worst performances and he broke his opponent's face. And I was thinking, how do you know? How would you test whether that's an amazing achievement or not? How do you know that a puncher at your own weight division at 147 wouldn't do that? How do you know that? And behold, Kell Brook faces Errol Spence, and Errol Spence does the same thing. I'm not criticizing Kell Brook here. I'm just saying. I mean, Kell Brook was trying to say it's because he fought Triple G. I personally think that part of his face is weak, but I don't have a problem with that. If that's weak, that's weak. Everyone's different. So I'm not going to criticize Kell Brook here. But here's the thing, right? You got Triple G here. He was living off that. And Errol Spence broke it. And I'm like, Errol Spence exposed Triple G. Like, shit, he really did. Errol Spence exposed Triple G. Errol Spence did at 147 what Triple G did at 160. Let's be real. Let's be real. Right? And keep in mind, Errol Spence was facing Kell Brook, who to him would be more of a threat than it was to Triple G. The impacts of Kell Brook's punches on Errol Spence will be a lot more than the impact than the impact that Triple G will be suffering from Kell Brook. Let's be real. And yet Errol Spence was able to do the same job. So it's not like it may be that Errol Spence hits just as hard as a middleweight puncher. No. There's no way Errol Spence hits as hard as a middleweight puncher. Errol Spence, in my opinion, he hits hard. He knows how to set up punches. But I don't think he hits harder than Keith Thurman. When Maidana was still here, I don't think he hits harder than Maidana. Whether he can beat Maidana, that's a different topic. Whether he can beat Thurman, that's a different topic. Errol Spence still has a lot of power. He has a lot of power. He's a power puncher, for sure. He has he whips his shots and shit, and he knows how to set up punches. That's why he knows how to create knockouts. Now, then we go on to see, well, before that actually, we see Triple G and Travis Scotty Boxing. I think in one video said that he contacted Eddie Hearn through Twitter or something, stating that he asked Eddie Hearn about the gloves of Triple G, and Eddie Hearn said apparently that he checked the gloves. And that's the reason why it got me thinking that Errol Spence Kell Brook might expose Triple G. That's the main reason. Because I had no doubt in my mind that Triple G would land on Kell Brook, even from early. And he did, with a left hook. He landed a few jabs. And he has a strong jab, even middleweights can really feel it. Kell Brook, again, he's a guy who's been rocked. I mean, I'm not saying he has a glass jaw, but he's been rocked at welterweight and he's been down at welterweight, down a long time ago. So, fighters do improve. As you're young, the way you react to shots, you don't panic as much. You're more relaxed. And your mental game affects how well you take a punch. I'm not saying that that's the only factor, but that's a big factor. So Kell Brook, long time ago, getting dropped. It wasn't really a big deal or whatever, but he's been dropped at welterweight by a guy who doesn't hit that hard, and he's been rocked by Senchenko, who, again, he doesn't hit amazingly hard. Anyone can get rocked, but damn, you're this power puncher, you should definitely knock this guy out, given that he's been rocked by guys who don't really hit that hard. And Triple G instead, keep in mind, Eddie Hearn said that he will check the gloves, right? He goes on to fight Kell Brook. And I always had that, the first video I made was about Kell Brook and Triple G. I had that in my mind and I made a prediction based on that. I was thinking this is going to be interesting. The reason why I made the video, I was even outside. I made the video outside, right, going to home. I didn't want to be late with the prediction, right? I wanted to make just before the fight because I knew this will be an interesting fight. I knew that would be an interesting fight because of the gloves. I felt like if Eddie Hearn checks his gloves, and I always thought Triple G's gloves are dodgy. With Gabe Rosado saying that he's a lot of times not dropping guys but just blooding people up. And I'm like, and a lot of fighters are like, this don't make no sense. Quoting Andre Berto. You know, Triple G faces Kell Brook and all of a sudden, yeah, he rocks him in round 1. And you know, his punches are hurtful. Kell Brook definitely felt every single one of those punches. Probably even the jabs. But he's not able to drop Triple G. Sorry, he's not able to drop Kell Brook. Golovkin's not able to drop Kell Brook. Now, he did break his face. Again, I explained the face thing, right? Maybe Kell Brook just has this face which, the way it's structured, it might break more easier than some other fighters. Anyone's face can break, really. And so, you know, that's the best thing that Triple G's done, is breaking Kell Brook's face, which Errol Spence has also done. So given that Triple G's two-weight divisions above Errol Spence, what else has he done on that performance against Kell Brook to make you think like he's that much of a fighter, he's that much good of a fighter, that much good of a middleweight? He really isn't. His punching power, in my opinion, is a good punching power, strong, but I think it's not as much as what people think it is. A lot of people are not questioning this guy's power. He's strong, his grip strength is good. And you know, a person with good grip strength will have good power. But he's not able to drop Kell Brook. He was not able to drop Kell Brook. Answer me this. How is a person who's supposedly knocking these guys out, has had like, what, over 10, 20 knockouts in a streak? Like devastating knockouts, dangerous knockouts? How's this guy, who's the most feared man in boxing, he's a monster living in middleweight, as some commentators like to say he is. How come his power doesn't show up? He only didn't knock Kell Brook out because of the gloves, so his real power is not enough to knock Kell Brook out like that. I personally think Kell Brook would have been knocked out as the fight went on, because he's just too strong. Like Triple G is, but again, like, he's overrated. Triple G's mad overrated. He, honestly, against Danny Jacobs again, Danny Jacobs went down because he literally respected Triple G too much. And Triple G has power. I'm not saying he doesn't. But you know, Triple G he couldn't stop Danny Jacobs. He really couldn't. And he hit Danny Jacobs with shots, and Danny Jacobs felt it. It was a strong punch, but as he said, nothing like how people say it was. In a rematch, I feel like Danny Jacobs would do better. There's nothing in Triple G's game that I saw that he would have done differently in a rematch. I mean, maybe a bit more combinations, maybe coming a bit more forward, more aggressively. But Danny Jacobs in the rematch will probably beat him more convincingly. Danny Jacobs respected him too much because of the hype around him. But as the fight gone on, he kind of felt a bit comfortable. And he started doing his thing. And Triple J shit. He couldn't even stop Willie Monroe Jr. Willie Monroe Jr. came from 154. 154, right? And even with them gloves, you couldn't stop Willie Monroe Jr. You're definitely not the baddest man on the planet. You're definitely not no, like, monster. It's crazy to think that, man. It's crazy to think that. And against Canelo, he's going to get his gloves checked. For sure he's going to get his gloves checked. There's no way he's going to come out with them ETBT dodgy Everlast gloves that Everlast don't want to talk about. Hype job Triple G is about to get exposed, I believe, man. I really believe. I think he's a good fighter, but I think he's about to get exposed. I don't see... Like, a lot of things about him is overrated, man. He's a decent fighter. Got a good jab, got good power overall, good body shots. You know, he does have ability in terms of being awkward with his punches. Brings punches from weird angles. Like, he kind of chops his punches down and shit. Like, body shots, combination punching. Very good at cutting the ring off. He's a good fighter. He's one of the better fighters in boxing. But he's not no monster, man. He's not no monster. And he's definitely not going to be a monster with them bigger gloves. The gloves that he really needs to wear. And then I made the video previously, man. Revenge is coming sweet. Revenge is gonna come on Triple G. I like Triple G. I actually liked him as a fighter, but the hype is about to bust and expose. Let me know what you think. 93 Boxing. Don't forget to subscribe.